I think a lot about the contrast between banality and wonder, between disengagement and radiant ecstasy, between being unaffected by the here and now and being absolutely ravished emotionally by it. And I think one of the problems for human beings is mental habits. Once we create a comfort zone, we rarely step outside of that comfort zone. But the consequence of that is a phenomenon known as hedonic adaptation. Overstimulation to the same kind of thing, the same stimuli again and again and again, renders said stimuli invisible. Your brain has already mapped it in its own head, and you no longer literally have to be engaged by that. We have eyes yet see not, ears that hear not, and hearts that neither feel nor understand. There's a great book called The Wondering Brain that says that one of the ways that we elicit wonder is by scrambling the self temporarily so that the world can seep in. You know, Henry Miller says even a blade of grass, when given proper attention, becomes an infinitely magnificent world in itself, you know. Darwin said attention, if sudden and close, graduates into surprise, and this into astonishment, and this into stupefied amazement. That's what rapture is. That's what illumination is. That's what that sort of infinite comprehending awe that human beings love so much. And so how do we do that? How do we mess with our perceptual apparatus in order to have the kind of emotional and aesthetic experience from life that we render most meaningful? Because we all know those moments are there. Those are the moments that would make final cut. Only in these moments we experience afresh the hardly bearable ecstasy of direct energy exploding on our nerve endings. This is the rhapsodic, ecstatic bursting forth of awe that expands our perceptual parameters beyond all previous limits, and we literally have to reconfigure our mental models of the world in order to assimilate the beauty of that download. That is what it means to be inspired. The Greek root of the term means to breathe in, to take it in. We fit the universe through our brains and it comes out in the form of nothing less than poetry. We have a responsibility to awe.
So that guy says we have a responsibility to awe. I think we have a responsibility to live to a divine purpose. I think our addiction and our recovery has given us that purpose. I'm Brett Bagley. I'm a person in long-term recovery. If you're here tonight and you're in recovery, stand up. If you're here tonight and you're with a family member, you're with somebody because they're here and they're in recovery, stand up. See, we didn't do this thing alone. We don't do this alone, right? We need each other, right? We're not here tonight because we all have a problem, right? We're not here tonight because we drink too much or we get high too much. Because that's a problem. Are we here tonight because we have a common solution? Maybe, but other people in this world have this solution. We're here tonight because we have both. We are maladjusted beings, families too, right? That have found a solution to transform us into living to a higher being. We call that solution God. And I believe that it is our divine purpose to share that with each other, to support each other. So, I'm a father, thanks to you guys. I'm a husband, thanks to you guys. I've been sober for more than half my life, thanks to you guys. I'm an athlete, I'm an advocate for recovery, I'm an addiction counselor. Everything about my life is about this divine purpose. Now, service is kind of in my blood. I come from a home where this is what we were taught as children. I come from a home where we fostered kids growing up. I come from a home where my mother's careers were chosen by the things that she had experienced in life suffered through, and how she might help others change and not have to suffer through those experiences. So, this is not a new concept to me, but 17 years ago when I found recovery, and you said this isn't about just not drinking, it isn't about just not drugging, you said this is about living to a divine purpose, I could hook up with that. And that's what I'm here to ask you tonight. So I'm here to give you a message, but really it's a challenge, right? And that challenge is to light up the darkness. That challenge is to hear and see and apply the resources that you have, your skills, your time, you apply that to changing this world. Because addiction is an epidemic. I was talking with Earl Swindle here in the audience. He said, it seems like every parent I run into, their kid is suffering from this thing. I said, that's right. But we are its cure. We have to lean into this solution because the next door neighbor is not going to know about the solution unless we go share it. Unless you go knock on the neighbor's door and you go, look, I know you're suffering like we were suffering. And let me tell you what was going on. Unless you tell your story. And that's what we have to do. Jimmy Z, that's what I want you doing. I want you telling your story. That's what I want everybody here doing, because you got a story, and that's the most powerful thing that you got. And it's not just a story of suffering, it's a story of hope. Right? And we're not just here because we have a problem. I haven't had a relationship with drugs or alcohol in a lifetime. I have a solution. We're here to share that with each other. So this year at Purple, we plan to touch more lives than we ever have before. Than we ever have in 11 years of doing this. And we're going to do that in 3 ways. Service. Right? We're launching a new service initiative where we are taking your time, your money, your resources, your skills, and putting it on the backs of our guys, our alumni, our clients, our strong, able-bodied young men. And we're going out in the community and changing this world. In Gwinnett County, in Metro Atlanta, in the Southeast. What are we going to do? I don't know. Part of that, you are going to tell me. Who are we going to partner with? That's where I want you to come in. I want you to tell me who you know, what connections, and what the needs are, and how we can help. See, I've only got this little brain, and I need your help. There's some CEOs out there, right? There's some smart men and women in this room, and I need your help. Secondly, through activities. And we've already begun this, and some of the alumni have already begun engaging in this process, and some of you that support alumni or that are here with alumni have already come along for this. Through play, we're increasing the quality of our life. Through having fun. Through going bowling and playing laser tag. Through watching movies. Through the activities, we increase the quality of life. Right? We've done sober tailgating this year. And we need you. We need your ideas. We need your connections. And we need your money to have a budget for it. And lastly, through fitness. Because a better me and a better you is a better world. Right? Fitness so that I can have better self-esteem. So that we can have better self-esteem. So that we can have appropriate endorphin responses. So that our pleasure zone and center fires off of something other than behavior that gets us locked up. I know that you're out there. See, if you're a sponsor in this room, I want you to do more. If you're a mentor and you're in this room, I want you to be more. If you're wealthy, I want you to give richer. Because, what did I say? This is a divine purpose. Right? We've been brought back from the dead. We've been given a second chance at life. Ask yourself, where were you last Thanksgiving? Where were you 5 Thanksgivings ago? 10 Thanksgivings ago? Where was that? And maybe if I told you you were going to be in a gym, a church gym on the Tuesday night before, where it's always raining and it's always bad traffic, and you're going to be in that gym filled full of recovering people, recovering addicts. and their families, you would have thought, they're crazy. No what? But here you are. And somebody told you about this solution. So my challenge to you is to do more. There is no, hey Mom, thanks for the help. Appreciate it. We're not suffering anymore. We're off to pretending like everything's okay. No. See, because this was a gift that was given. A gift of grace that was given to us by God. And it is absolutely conditional. Conditional upon one thing, and that's that we go out into the world and share it with other people. And if you're sitting in this room tonight, you can do more. So this is what I want. There's an envelope at everyone's seat. And in that envelope, it opens with a question. It says, what unique skills do you possess that you can begin to change this world starting tonight? Whether that's Jimmy Z and his story, or whether that's his audio technical abilities. Whether that's Tom G and Matt L on sharing with us how their marathon isn't for them, but it's for others. Whether that's Claude sharing with us about how the rest of us are going to go spend the summer in Yosemite. For some of you smart guys, it's sharing with us how we become the future business leaders of America. It's sharing with us about how we get back in college, how we buy homes. For Mike D, it's telling us how do we quadruple our income from the time we get out to purple to now. It's sharing with each other how this works. See, you got some skills. Everybody in this room has some skills, and I want them. We're going to do something together with them. What? I don't know. You're about to tell me what we're going to do. We're going to change lives. That's what I know. Number 2 says, are you interested in service? Are you interested in fitness? Are you interested in activity or other? Fill in the blank. You want to do a life skills workshop? Let's do it. You want to do a resume writing workshop? Let's do it. You want to teach us how to buy a house? Let's do it. You want to just get up and talk about what you're... I don't know. Tell me. Because the first thing I ask for is your name, your phone number, and your email. You better know I'm going to call. And lastly, I want 100% participation on this. I don't care what amount. But everybody in this room's got $1 you can give to this cause. If you got 1,000, that's great. Give it. But everybody here, you can take one action. $1. Other organizations, they get 20 or 30% participation. And I believe that we can have 100% participation. And so, what I'm asking you to do is to change the world. But I'm asking you to start right here tonight in this little church gym. I'm asking you, see, I don't watch the news. You know why? Because I can't do anything about that. But you know what I can do? I can get up every morning and I can do what I do. And you know what? I can do more. I can. So I'm asking you to do more. I'm asking you to partner with us. I'm asking you to lean in on the solution for not just addiction and alcoholism, but spiritual malady. And that solution is God. That solution is us. So, whatever your cause is, whatever your belief is, act on that. Act on that belief. Light up the darkness. Because like this dude said, you, me, and we have a responsibility to offer, to experience it. Right? So let's do that. Let's do that. A lot of good stuff happening. A lot of good stuff happening in this, and I've told you all. We can go to college. We can go to recovering hostile environments. We can go to Rutgers. We can go to Alabama. We can go to Georgia. We can go to Kennesaw. We can go to Texas Tech University. There's 75 colleges that have collegiate recovery centers But you know what you got to do to get in? You got to tell them what you're going to give to their recovering community. What? Yeah, it's about you giving back. There's a movement about being people in long-term recovery, about advocating for recovery, about not standing by anymore and letting the hospitals and the insurance companies push us to the side. There's a movement about communities taking responsibility for each other to deal with this epidemic. And that's the only way this is going to work. That's the way it worked with cancer. That's the way it worked with HIV and AIDS. That's the way it works with poverty. That's the way it works with starvation. That's the way it worked with the Black Plague. Is that we have to take care of each other. It's my responsibility. It's your responsibility. Right? Not anybody else's. We do that with your time, my time. We do that with our skills. We possess the skills. And we do that because even though we're not rich, we are wealthy with all the things that we need. And we have all the resources that we need to take care of each other here tonight. So please, before you leave, take some time to fill out the paper. You put a little money in there, write a check, fill out a credit card statement, whatever you want to do. But most importantly, tell me how I can reach you. And tell me what you can do for our recovery effort. I'm so glad you came tonight. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a good night.